Shalom, shalom. I wanted to give you just a little quick update, a little quick lesson on the next step in using the Blue Letter Bible. This is going to be in particular reference to your commands. And so I'm going to go through a search with you to show you how to do it to help you find the specifics that you want with a couple of other tools that I haven't talked with you about on the Blue Letter Bible, but they're very easy to use. So hopefully this will help you today. Let me share my screen with you of the Blue Letter Bible, and we're going to go through it step by step. All right, so here, okay, it's taking a while to get there. Hold on just a minute. There we go. All right, so this is, I'm going to just go through the whole thing with you, exactly how I would do it on my Blue Letter Bible. So we're going to bring up the original screen, which comes up when you click on blueletterbible.com, org, sorry, and it says search the Bible. Okay, before we actually put in our word, let's actually choose the version that we want to use. So if you will click on this where it has KJV, which means the King James Version, we want to bring up the WLC. That is the Westminster Leningrad Codex, which means that it has the Hebrew version with the vowel pointings. Then we're going to go up here and we're going to put in the exact word that we want to find. Now, I want you to make sure that you use a male form of your command. Do not look for female forms of the commands. It is not going to be there more than likely because in very few places, that when he spoke to Hagar maybe, or a couple of others where he spoke to the woman by herself, you might have a command form to the woman, but it's very, very rare in scripture. Pardon me. So I want you to choose either the masculine singular or the masculine plural form when you're searching for this. Some of you make things so difficult for yourselves. You insist that you have to find a feminine or a feminine plural or something like that. Don't look for the needle in the haystack. Find the easy ones to find, okay? So I want you to open your books and I want you to either look at the list on page 223, exercise 1. It has 18 different ones to choose from. They're not all masculine. So you would immediately eliminate the feminine ones. Or you can look on page 224, those in your sentences. Looks like most of them, the first one is the command form, or you can find some even on page 225. It's not all of them, but you can look and see, like, for example, number 2 has an exclamation mark that's telling someone, say this. Number 5, make, has an exclamation. If it has the exclamation mark after it, it's the command form. So you could find those up there. All right, this is what I want you to do. I want you to pick out your word. So I'm going to just start with exercise 3. The first word is shmor. I want to find where someone is telling someone else to guard something, to keep something, to protect it, to hold it close. So I'm going to go up here into this. I've already got my Hebrew. You notice down here at the bottom of my screen, it says HE for Hebrew. I've already got my Hebrew font on there ready to go. So I'm going to type it in Hebrew. I'm going to type the sheen, the mem, and the resh. It does not have the cholam vav. I'm just going to put this. Now, when you look at that, you can say, uh-oh, I know what that's going to bring up. That's going to bring up shamar or shemer or something like that. Yes, it will. But I'm going to tell you how to weed that out. So if you take the Leningrad Codex and you put in your command form and you hit search, it brings up 262 verses where you can find this word. Now, the catchy thing about that is if you scroll down and you don't see it highlighted in red, it doesn't have your word. There's no need for you to sit there and go through every single one of those words. It's not there. So you can either go through each one of these if you want to and look for the red word, or you can make it even easier for yourself. Go back up here to the top, just above where it says primary results occurs 57 times in 262 verses in the WLC. You go up here, that's your primary source. If you look at next to it, it says wild. That's the one you want to click on. Click on your wild because what it does, it shows you with the vowel pointings, sorry, with the vowel pointings. And right here is Shemor. There's 104 results, but again, it will highlight if it's your exact word. So you're going to click on that. It may not be your first word. It may be on down the list. But the same thing, if you look at it, it's going to highlight. Now, this one says shamar. That's not the one we want. So we keep looking. We keep looking. This is shomer. That's not the one we want. So we keep looking. This one says shemor. That's spelled the correct way. So let's click on it. Deuteronomy 8:11. You can click it here or you can click it Tools. If you click it Tools, it immediately brings up your interlinear. Okay, here's your interlinear with your English and your Hebrew both. All right, so it's got the word shmor right here. So you're going to look down until you find shmor, and it translates it as keeping. So let's look and see what form this is. All right, it says it is the call infinitive construct form. That does not say command. Remember, command is imperative. All right, so this is not going to be, so that is not keep my commandments. All right. This one would actually be okay, but let's look and see if we can find one. So we're going to go back up here. We're just going to hit the back arrow. Now I'm going to tell you, you need to be on a large screen to be able to do this. It is not going to do the same thing on your phones because I use Blue Letter Bible on my phone for a quick reference when I'm reading my scriptures in my own quiet time, my own private, morning time or whatever. And it's not the same. You do not have all the capabilities on a phone. You're going to have more on a tablet. You're going to have the most on a laptop or the tower computer, whatever you have, whatever your main form is. If you don't have access to that, you're not going to be able to do all of these things. You can do some of them, but not all of them. So let's look at this one. Right at the front here, it's got it highlighted in red, the Shva and the Cholam. So let's see if this one is the command form. So we're going to click on Tools to look at it. Here it is, Shmor, and it is observe. And so we're going to look, imperative. Do you see right there? Imperative. You need to jot that down if you don't have that written in your notes. Commands equals imperative form. Okay, this is one right here. And here's another one, shmata, and you hear. Okay, so you've got two right together. But this is shmor, observe, and listen and respond to kol, all, ha'ele, these, hadvarim, words, asher, which, anochi, I, metzavecha. This word is am commanding and the U ending on the end of it. So, and it goes on with other words, lema'an, and so on. But you have found the shmor that you want. You've double checked it over here to make sure that it is the imperative form, which means a command form. And all you have to do then is do your highlighting and click it. Remember that it is in Deuteronomy 12:28, and you click however much you're going to copy. And this one, you could copy a whole lot because you know those words. I just don't want you to put a bunch of words up there you don't know. Not even if you know the three-letter root stem. If it's a verb form we have not studied, he, feel, ho, fal, not, ni, fal, any of the others, I don't want that in your section there. I want just the words that you know, even if you have to put a dot, dot, dot to get to the what it's telling you to observe or to keep or whatever word you're using. This would be your example. That is the easiest way that you can find your particular word that you're looking for. So once again, let's just review. You're going to put your word in the search place. You make sure you change it off of the King James Version, which is its automatic version it'll go to. Change it to the Westminster Leningrad Codex, the Codex. I don't know why I'm saying Codex today. The WLC. Hit your search. But instead of going down through the list and looking for the red highlighted one, which is like a needle in a haystack, go from the primary tab, which is what opens up first, to the wild tab. Find the one that has the vowel markings like the one that you want, shmor, right here. Now, it's going to highlight some things, some of the others too, because it puts them kind of in a group together, several of the ones that were being looked for together. So here is, this actually is that. Here we go, shmor. So there's our example right there. Here's our reference. And all we do is click Tool to bring up the interlinear. And then we've got our cross-reference there, and we can go down and find. Now, I don't want you to put that it means observe, because that's not what we learned. So don't go down and just copy this word for word or copy the English verse word for word. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to put the words down, and then I want you to translate it with the words that you know. And if you get to a word you don't know, that means you shouldn't have put that down there because it's not one you know. Okay. All right. So that is just a quick help for you to be able to look something up and save yourself a lot of time. So hopefully that will help you with this exercise so that you can find one and feel successful. You don't have to use this just with commands. You can put any one of the Hebrew words in there that you want to. You don't have to put the vowel pointings, just your word, the way that it's spelled in your book, and hit it for the WLC, Westminster Leningrad Codex, and bring it up and go to the Wild tab. That will help you to narrow down your search so that you have a better chance of finding what you're looking for. And be sure that you look for the word highlighted in red. Just skip right on over all those that don't have any highlighting in it. If it's all black letters, don't take the time and go through each one of those words. That's what's taking you so long. You're not defining your search enough. You're not figuring out exactly what it is that you're wanting, or you're not letting your machine know exactly what you're wanting. So hopefully this will help you, and this will save you lots of time in your future searches, and especially in this search. So give me some good command forms and some good sentences and verses with your commands. All right? I will see you on class day. Have a great week. Shavua Tov.